Okay, so we're going to look at our guided practice problems here. So let's look at the first one I've got.
All right.
We've got 0.11 liters, and I'm trying to get to cubic centimeters.
Ooh. All right.
Okay, all right.
So we're going to start with our train tracks.
All
We're
right.
going to do that. Let's go ahead and make one little track here.
All right, all right. Sounds
We
good.
always do. What I'm given goes on top, so that's
Okay,
0.11 liters.
okay,
And I can put a 1 underneath that.
Right.
Those are just understood.
right.
And then what's going to go in here? This will be our
Okay.
next conversion factor.
So I know that since we have liters in that top left box, in the bottom right of it, we also want liters.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to look up here on my conversion factors here, and if you look, you don't have anything on liters to
Centimeters. Yeah.
cubed. What we do know is that 1 liter equals 1,000 milliliters, because that's what the prefix milli means. And we have a milliliters to cubic centimeters, so this is going to be a 3-step problem.
We wrote it in right here, but you can also think back to your metric conversions. Like you just move
Right.
the decimal place over. But we went ahead and wrote it in. I mean, it's true that 1 liter is equal to 1,000 milliliters.
Right.
Another thing to note is that because there wasn't anything here that went directly from liters to centimeters cubed, we knew that we had to add another conversion factor in.
Okay. So we know 1 liter equals 1,000 milliliters, and then
Which means we're going to need another
railroad track.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we've got milliliters to cubic centimeters over
Which is where we want to go. Yep.
So, okay, so which box does my milliliters go in again?
It's going to go down here. Because
Okay.
we want those units to cancel out.
All right.
If I had stopped right here, I would have been in milliliters, which is not what I want.
Right.
Right. These liters canceled out,
With that liters. Then we
and
got milliliters.
now the
cancel.
milliliters are going to cancel after I put
Canceling
the
out.
centimeters cubed up here. 1 centimeter cubed, 1 milliliter. Now
Okay.
those cancel out. Now that's where I wanted to go originally.
All right. Yes. So I've got my right answer because the cubic centimeters match.
Yep, that's it. So I can
So,
stop. I don't need to add any more
now.
vertical lines there.
Let's do our math. What do? We multiply across the top. So we got 0.11 times 1,000 times 1.
That is equal to 110. There we go.
Okay.
And then across the
Then
bottom, well,
1
that's
times
all
1 times
yeah,
1.
that's all 1.
So it's 1. The 110 divided by 1 is 110. So
Centimeters cubed.
cubic centimeters, yes. Okay.
There we go.
Now, let's take a look. We've got a big number, 18,268.3 inches.
Oh my gosh.
And I want to know how many meters that is.
Wow. Well, I
Okay.
think that meters are more convenient to measure, and if you're going such a
Right.
huge distance, right?
All right. So let's start by setting up the railroad tracks.
Da-da-da. Got my first one right here. It's not a very straight line.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to start by putting by given up there the 18,268.3
Inches.
inches.
There we go.
Don't
Very
forget your units up there. You'll get lost if you don't put your units in there.
tiny. Yeah, thanks. Nice
Okay.
save.
And then underneath that, we're going to put something in inches also. So we're looking to get to meters. So let's look at our conversion factors up here.
Is there anything that goes straight from inches to meters?
No, I see inches to centimeters here.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so that's a little
Okay.
step closer. At least we're in the metric system.
Right. So that's how we're going to get into the metric system here. So let's go ahead and do that.
All right, so inches goes on the bottom, centimeters goes on the top. My conversion factor here is 2.54 centimeters
Uh-huh.
to 1 inch. Okay, but we're
Okay.
not there yet. Inches
All right.
canceled out.
Inches
but
do cancel out, but we're at centimeters, and we're trying to get to meters.
we got one more step to go.
So we need to figure out how many centimeters there are in 1 meter.
Well, I remember
So-
when we learned metric conversions
Mm-hmm.
that there's 100
Right.
centimeters
In 1
in
meter.
1 meter.
Okay. So we got to make sure we put our centimeters on bottom again,
And the meters on the top.
meters on top. And
then
100 centimeters equals 1 meter.
Perfect.
Okay.
Are we there
Oh.
yet?
It looks like it. We started at inches, we've canceled out inches, we went to centimeters, and now we're at meters.
Oh,
Meters
yeah.
is what we're trying to figure
There
out.
we go.
All right.
Perfect.
So now, let's multiply across the top. We've got that 18,268.3.
Such a huge number.
Mm-hmm.
268.3
And then
times 2.54 times 1.
times 1.
Okay, that's 46,401.
Okay.
Wow. 401.5.
Mm-hmm. So then we're going to multiply across the bottom. 1 times 1 times 100 is 100.
There we go. And then we're just going to divide those two.
Right.
So 46,401.5 divided by 100 is equal to 464. And that would be in meters.
All right.
Cool.
That's it.
All right. So remember, if you are still a little bit confused, talk to your teacher. They can help you work through, get through the partner practice problems.
All right.